What's up, homies? Oh my god, I can't believe I just did that. Anywho, as a little introduction to myself, I'm 𝗦cie𝗰𝗠𝗲𝗱, 19 years old, and I'm currently taking A-levels. And when I'm done, I intend to read law as a degree. I also have a photo/videography as a hobby. Today, as part of something that I've been working on for the past few months, I would like to introduce to you a little personal project of mine. It's called the Learned Student. And to elaborate what the project is essentially about, allow me to first go from the perspectives of secondary students. In high school, you and I would have most definitely been asked questions such as what are ambitions, apakah cita-cita anda, and as Malaysians, I would like to believe that most of us will answer that, oh, I'm going to study medicine, engineering, accountancy, or law. In my case, it was law. And at that point of time, what went through my mind was pretty simple. It's like, okay, I'll finish SPM, I'll enter into some pre-U, and then I'll do my degree, and then I'll just pass, and then that's it. However, that isn't the case. Because when your actual SPM results are out, you may or may not achieve the results you wanted. And regardless, you'll then soon be overwhelmed by the sheer multiple courses and colleges to choose from. Prior to getting my results, I personally went down to KL to check out the colleges as well as the educations fairs there and in Penang. Eventually, I realized that it wasn't as easy as I thought lah, jialat. Ironically, my last choice became the option I chose, and how it went is another story for another day. Second, from the perspective of aspiring law students as well as current law students, even if we have a drafted plan out, we still need the resilience to go through it, because the pathway for LLB starts from a pre-U, be it A-levels, STPM or matrix. Where then, for your undergraduate, it depends on the sector you enter with exceptions. There's IPTA and there's IPTS. Where in the scenario you enter IPTA, there's universities such as University Malaya, University 𝗦cije𝗰𝗠𝗲𝗱, Malaysia, where their law courses are 4 years, which includes 3 years theoretical and 1 year professional practice. And in the scenario you enter IPTS, the exception I mentioned was MMU. It's like the public U, where it's 4 years exempted from CLP. Aside from that, there's your UL, your UKT, and if you have the affordability, direct transfer, which are all 3 years. And in the scenario you did IPTS, which is a foreign degree, there's still the need for you to pass your professional papers, which are either the bar, a PPTC in UK, or Certificate in Legal Practice, CLP in Malaysia, which is then both followed by a long haul of 9 months of pupillage in the firm that accepts you if you want to be a qualified person as per the Legal Profession Act of 1967 to be called to the bar as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court. So, going on from here, for the benefit of you and I, throughout the months of June, July and August, I've managed to interview a range of legal professions and students for their own personal experience and story on how it was like reading law for them and how it was after it. And as to why I filmed them in the first place, well, what's the purpose of doing anything if it's not for public consumption? As to how this interview series will go is that I have divided it into 3 phases. The first phase is the learning phase, which has individuals coming from UL, UKT, UM, MMU and even Cambridge University who have done either CLP or the bar and pupillage themselves. The second phase is the career phase, where there's practicing lawyers with years of experience sharing the technicalities in the niche area of law they practice, be it medical negligence, industrial relations, human rights, conveyancing, or even a Bank Negara Malaysia prosecutor. I also have included unique individuals who have decided to turn their life elsewhere from practicing and have become lecturers, in-house counsels, fintech consultants, and many more. As for the third phase, it's the extra phase which will focus on other aspects found in our journey in obtaining a law degree. For instance, I'll cover perspectives of, let's say, maybe you didn't want to do a law degree but you were simply forced to do it by your parents, or maybe that you already have your first undergraduate degree and law is going to be your second degree, as well as how does one handle a relationship when they are in their studies for law or they are in pupillage as well as a practicing lawyer. It personally took me 3 months to complete this whole thing, and I would just like to personally say that it has been really fun to do this. With that, I would just like to say that I hope that this interests you as much as it did for me, and as with the purpose, I hope that it does provide you some insight as it has for me as well. With that, I'll see you in the first interview then. Peace.